Speaking of scams, dude, what's your thoughts on the whole FTX collapse?
I have no thoughts on it whatsoever. I think that, any industry as it grows big will have some bad players and good players. And this FTX guy was clearly a bad player who has given enough money to mainstream media. So the mainstream media kind of loves him.
Sam, I can't even pronounce his whole name. Sam?
SBF, right?
SVF. It's like whenever
Beckman
someone says his
Fruit
name, yeah, whenever
Fried.
someone says his name, they say the whole thing. I'm like, I'm gonna just stick with Sam. So,
SBF.
okay, so overall, this was a crypto exchange, right?
This was a crypto exchange and a research firm, like a trading firm, you could say. It was an investing company for everybody else. And they were
Hmm.
owned by the same guys. So there was these 10 people who used to live in this apartment in the Bahamas, and they were all fucking each other. So they were in a polyamorous relationship. I don't even know what that
Okay.
is, but apparently you have sex with the entire group. So they were having orgies maybe. So these 10 people are in a polyamorous relationship and they run this exchange and this investing company. And now these 10 people, they for some reason are able to raise a lot of money from all these big people, and they have a pretty good reputation for some reason. So they have a lot of customers who are keeping their tokens and crypto on the exchange. So what these guys do is they take the tokens from the customers and they made some bets on using their investment firm. So essentially they did something that's unethical and would be illegal in any other market, where they took customer money and they traded with it. And the trade they made didn't work out. So the customer money was lost. And here you have it, the collapse of this exchange. The question is not whether these guys are good. The question is the incentives, right? There are many people who are incentivized to do this because of the lack of regulation in this industry and the lack of due diligence by anyone. So people just blindly trust the blind. And the biggest dumb thing people do is they keep the coins in the exchange. All of this bullshit can be stopped if people just stop being dumb. If they stopped keeping coins in the exchange, this would stop. All you need to do is withdraw your crypto to your wallet. That's the whole point of crypto. And then it's impossible for you to get scammed by anybody.
So these people that kept their money in FTX, are they ever going to get it back?
No, because the Bitcoin there doesn't exist, right? It's like you were keeping bars of gold at the bank and the bank got robbed and the bank has no money left. So how will they ever get it back?
Damn. So what if someone put like $5,000 in that, 10,000?
It's gone.
I mean,
Gone, gone, gone,
damn,
gone,
dude,
gone,
I've been
gone,
hearing.
baby, gone.
I, I've been hearing news. Well, it's not funny, but I've been hearing news of people that lost their whole life savings. Is that
Yeah,
accurate?
but probably because someone is dumb enough to keep their whole life saving in crypto on the exchange.
Hmm.
And yeah, so the chicken comes home to roost, I guess. I mean, I feel bad for them, right? I'm not laughing at them, of course not. But this was something that was easily avoidable with the teeniest amount of research, because anyone in crypto who does any amount of research will hear that not your keys, not your coins. But people are still lazy, they don't want to withdraw their coins, and this is what they get.
Do you think the average investor understands wallets, coins, and
I lost your voice. Do you think the average investor understands?
do you think the average investor understands the difference between a wallet and an exchange?
I think so, yes. Because these exchanges have the option to
Hmm.
withdraw and deposit crypto prominently there most of the time. So the guy gets it. They're just being lazy.
Hmm. So, what's your future predictions in regards to this? Do you think this sets back crypto any?
It is likely to bring more regulation in the industry. Likely. It's also likely to scare off a lot of people from crypto for a while. And of course, there's going to be an impact on price in the short term. But more importantly, and hopefully, it's going to teach people to not leave their coins on the exchange. Because all of this stuff is only possible if people leave their funds on the exchange. If you withdraw your coins, this is not going to happen.
I mean, what's gonna happen to Sam, dude? I mean, is he gonna go to prison?
I don't know. I don't know how the American law works, right? I think the guy has paid enough money to a lot of politicians and he might just get away with it. But who knows? Who knows? What happened to the other chick, the
Yes, man.
Theranos chick? She went to prison.
Yeah, dude. So Theranos was this golden company in, I would say, 2016 to 2017. A lot of people in Silicon Valley were heralding Elizabeth Holmes as the next Steve Jobs. And the years, the technology that she promised, which was get a little capsule of blood that will give your health analysis, she apparently fabricated how advanced the technology was, and eventually a few people from her own company did whistleblowing. They, which basically meant that they snitched, and they'd just be like, "This technology is not working the way it should, and it could put a lot of lives in danger because it's going to give inaccurate information." So for the past years, the whole Theranos thing has been investigated, and recently, apparently, Elizabeth Holmes has been sentenced to 11 years in prison. 11 years.
That's a long time. That's a long time. How many years did those Enron people go in for?
Does what?
How many years did the Enron guy, Jeff Skilling, spend in prison? Was it 11 years?
I do not know who that is.
So Jeff Skilling was the guy who ran Enron when it went broke. Oh, he was sentenced to 24 years in prison. Oh, that's a long time. So how come this one was sentenced to only 11 and not 24?
Dude, with this whole court case stuff, like you never know what's gonna happen. Like sometimes people that did something very sinister gets only sentenced for 8 months. Certain times people get sentenced for 11 years. And even from these 11 years, Harsh, I don't think she's gonna serve all 11 years. I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen is within the next few months, her lawyers worked out a deal where she ends up serving 8 months and then she has to do a bunch of community service.
Man, that's just insane, right? That's just mockery of the law.
Right. It's just what happens, man. I mean, you can never uh, be sure of the court case. Like some people, they'll go to life for prison for a petty drug crime, while there are people that rape others and they're out within like 6 to 7 years. It's like make that make sense.
Yeah, a lot of it just doesn't make sense. I'm looking at this Jeff Skilling guy, and apparently he was sentenced for 24 years, but it was later reduced to 14, which is still a long time.